Welcome to tonight's edition of the Society Today. I'm right here in the studio to now have Apostle Tega Amelia to this. Welcome, sir, to this edition of
Thank you.
the Society Today.
Thank you.
No, here we look at the trending issues in the society and we trash them from our own perspective. I want us to talk about the trend of hard drugs being taken by young boys in the society. It is a known fact that almost every young boy, young adult, youth are soaked with the venom of hard drugs. Many of them have become addicted to these things and sometimes they can't live without it. For a day, they can't stay without it. And it's almost becoming like a habit. And looking at society, you can see that we have lost our young boys to this trend of hard drugs in society. So, sir, what's your take on that? The trend of hard drugs being taken by young boys in society.
Okay, thank you very much. This has been a long time trend where people have been consuming hard drugs thinking that it is enjoyment, or they are trying to be what they are not. But the truth is, you don't need drugs to be who you are not. You need yourself to be original despite the drugs that we're taking. And let me say this, most times these drugs that we take them for abuse sake. We're taking them for abuse sake. And after taking them continuously, they become habits that we cannot leave. And habit makes people. It is people who first make habits, but habit later makes the people who they are not planned to be. So if we continue with this intake of drugs, it will make us what we are not planned to be. We're already seeing the effect of people taking drugs in the street, walking and just talking. They are just there. They are just out of their minds. I know that every young person that is consuming drugs does not want to end like that. But because of the continual intake of these drugs that has become a habit, it is now making them what they are not planned for. You see? So this is why we must completely stop it. Now, how do we stop it? You stop a habit by creating or learning a new habit. That's the easiest way to stop it. So if intake of drugs has occupied a large percent of your life, learn a new habit and let that habit, the new habit, replace the old habit. And then
okay, thank you, sir, for that. But do you actually think to stop the habit is not easy? Because many of them, I've met some who they are tired, they want to come out, but by their own self-will, they are unable to come out. So sometimes they cry out for help. Because the young man I met recently, within this year, he was like, I'm tired. Why? Because the last time he took those things, he was misbehaving. His friends had to snap him, captured him, and when he came back to his senses, they were mocking him. So it didn't piss him off. He was like, maybe this. So he vowed that he was going to stop, but shortly after that vow, he found himself in it again. You know, like what Paul said, the things I don't want to do. So many of them are in that scenario. They don't want to, but something in them is pulling them towards that direction. How can you address that issue?
now, when people go back to old habits, it is because these old habits had been long time practiced.
Okay.
So when they want to learn new one, it becomes difficult. But the truth is, no matter the new habit you want to learn, if you put that same time that you use for the old habit in the new one, you will forget the old one. And sometimes, let me say this outside of taking of drugs, and when people get used to a particular way of life, they begin to get excuses for why they should not adjust it. And that excuse end up in creating laziness of the mind. So you are no longer strong enough to do against that thing that you don't like. You become lazy in your mind first before you become lazy physically. Nobody is really lazy. But because one or two ways we are giving excuses over the time, it produces laziness. And this laziness, if it comes out of your mind and get into your hands, it becomes physical laziness. This is why you see people do this. They say, I don't feel like doing it. Or they are lazy. They are just weak in taking immediate actions. It is coming from the mind. Now, if we put that same time we used for the old habits in the new one, we'll forget the old one.
I get you, sir. But in this part of the world, we don't have rehab center around.
Yes.
Because the essence of rehab center is to curtail the excess of the people.
Yes.
To seclude them from social life, to separate them from their everyday life.
Yeah.
And over a period of time, and sometimes it works, or most times it works, because by the time they come out, they become not just separation, there's also a mental work being done on those patients.
Yeah.
Now, in the place where there are no, say, rehab center, how do we help such victims, drug addicts? How can we help them to come out? Because we've seen that advice is not working anymore, because we've tried advice over and over again. Sometimes they will tell you, I will not do it again, but after a while, in fact, I met a young man, and I think he did some things and he was arrested. I think he stayed in police cell for about 2 or 3 months. And
Wow.
he was telling me, I don't know, but let's say a month. I can't remember the actual number of month, but he was there for a while. He was like, and maybe this, so I can stay this long without taking drugs. He was saying that to himself while in there. So that means I can actually stop, because he has been struggling to stop. So that means I can actually stop these things. As life may be, after a while, when he came out of the cell, one day I was somewhere, he was coming from afar. Painful, he was taking this again. So he saw me and quickly threw it away, but I already saw him.
Yeah.
Now, come to think of it, while he was in his police custody, he survived without those things.
Yeah.
And he was okay. So I'm thinking that actually freedom is a greater bondage to some extent. I don't know if you are seeing what I'm saying. Because under the police custody, he was able to leave. He was okay with that. But as soon as he got his freedom back, he fell back to it.
You know why it is so?
Why?
Most time when people abuse freedom, it is because they don't know that while living in freedom, you must obey laws.
Okay.
The definition of freedom in many people's head is a place where you don't obey laws. You are free to do anything you want to do. That's not freedom. For you to be free indeed, there are laws you must obey. And in obeying those laws, you are free. Because now, he stayed in that police custody for a long time without taking it.
And he was okay.
He obeyed laws.
By force.
He was forced to obey the laws of that environment. Because that environment will not allow you to do some things. Now, if they can do that and then they were able to flow along, the society already has natural laws. But most of the time, we are not willing to obey natural laws. This is why individuals become the problem of society. Because every individual is free, safe, until people who break laws enter into that society. The moment they enter into that society and they notice that you are free to do anything they want to do, people want to abuse it. And the moment they abuse it, the police is constituted by law to check and arrest everyone that breaks the law. So they put you there. Now, how do you correct all these things? Number one, hunger. Yes, hunger. Hunger is good for you. Pass through a period of hunger for a long time. You will notice that there are some things that you do that will naturally die off. Naturally, even without prayer. You see these drugs people, let them stay in a place where that craving is giving long time hunger. It will die a natural death.
But don't you think, like you said, if they stay in an environment where they are starved of that thing, it will die? But what if they come back to the normal?
If they come back to that setting, now you now need people to be accountable to check every action. So if they monitor these people over time, and if by mistake, let's assume that, okay, I'm your accountability partner, where you are taking drugs and then you meet me. If you take it, and you come to tell me that I took it, or I should not, that action of coming to tell me that I took it, or it should be understood and not abused. Because if somebody can come up, own up to you that I did this thing, the person want to correct it.
That's true.
But most time, our approach to correction is wrong. Correction must come from complete love. If not, it will not work. And then when we submit ourselves to be accountable to the people that should help us, we should try our best to maintain the new laws. The people trying to be, who are following us up, should be fair enough to know that we're only helping this person to adjust. The person is not your slave. Talk to the person politely, treat the person politely, because it all falls down to love. There is nothing that cannot be corrected in love. There is nothing. If you truly care about the person's welfare and you are committed to the person can change. How? By your simplicity of love. So when you love the person correctly, even without shouting, without picking a cane that, why will you do this? Why will you do this? The person knows what is wrong. So if people like that want to change, they should look for somebody who they can be accountable to, who can help them to recover, who can monitor every of their step, to help them to recover from bad habits by helping them to learn good habits. That's the only way to break any bad habit. You learn a good habit. Use that same time you use it for the old habit to learn the new habit. It will not be smooth at the beginning, but force yourself to break those laws. Finally, I give you one illustration given by Caroline Leaf. She says that if you do something 21 times, it becomes a habit. As simple as 21, to break it, you need to do that thing 63 times consistently to break it. Now, after breaking it for 63 times, you need another 21 days to learn a new habit to cover for the old one. So 21 days we create a new habit, 63 days we break it, and you need 21 days to learn a new one, so that your mind will forget the old one and then you focus on the new one.
Okay, thank you. Now coming back, like you said, many of them it's already affecting their psychologically.
Yeah.
You see them, they are talking painfully. I'm scared to say this, but as it is, we may have more young mad boys on the street in the years to come.
Yeah.
Because of what they are going through.
Yeah.
Now they know that this thing is not good for my health, but they still crave for that thing. Sometimes they'll tell you they want to stay awake. They take it. And sometimes there are some you take, you don't feel hungry. You can stay for a long time without food.
Yeah.
And you know that our body system is programmed to function in such a system. And when you start them for too long, it becomes something else.
Yeah.
Now, there are many strange sicknesses today that are erupting. We are asking ourselves, how did we get all these things from? Don't you think that all these things they are taking is affecting them? Now, look at our painfully under 16 teenagers, pupil or students in secondary school. They are entering this trend of drugs consumption. Imagine, by the time a 12-year-old child starts taking drugs at the age of 12, when he's 20 or 22, what do you think will become of that person?
Has become a master of it.
Apart from that, health-wise,
Yeah.
what do you
It
think?
will break down the body system.
So you see that the immune is damaged. Any virus, any disease can easily penetrate into their system. Then psychologically it affects them. You can't perform to your best when you are a drug. Okay, in our society, when we try to give positions to people, how many people point a drug addict in society?
Nobody does.
When they want to give positions, they all look for who is a graduate or who is responsible in this family to give such positions. So this trend of young boys going into drugs, it pain me from my heart. It's a pain in my heart that many of them, you see them, and Jesus Christ, you see them also, they are on high speed within town.
Mm.
Inside town that you be moderate, they are on speed, and they are happy doing that. No, when they crash, you start blaming the devil. Oh, the witches. And most times the witches, for Satan is innocent. He's innocent.
In this regard.
Because you can't be high on drugs. You are on speed, and when something happens, you want to blame
Somebody.
So young boys, you can answer again. Girls are also involved.
Yes.
How does it look like that a girl is into drugs? How does it feel?
Somehow.
And that's somebody's wife tomorrow.
You know, we've been talking about this thing, and then the source of this thing is not having a strong moral standard to live by, or a strong moral principle to live by. Most of these people are introduced into it.
Oh, nobody actually was born with that.
Nobody was born
Majority
with
of them
it.
were introduced by a friend, by a peer, by colleagues, through some pressures.
If you don't have a strong moral principle you are living by, somebody is there waiting to influence you. So let's not get to that place. Let the family stand with these people and help them to recover by helping them to build self-moral principles they can live by. The good of this thing is that you are helping yourself and you are helping the society. Because if we have more insane people in the society is incomplete.
That's true.
So instead of having people going through recovery, the people who have not gone through that process yet should be built well to have strong moral principles they can live by, so that other people cannot influence them to become like abnormal people in the society. It's a sad experience though, but we can recover from it.
You know, our problem is abuse. The black man abused things a lot.
Yeah.
There's one that I was introduced to. We call it sweet cake, and the substance in making that sweet cake are some particles of a mixture of different things, and it looks sweet, like it's not normal cake.
Yeah.
Now, if you're not aware, you may think that it's almost point somebody close to us. Now, is this adventurous spirit? Want to try new things, at the expense of your own life and health.
Someone.
So at the end, I look at many boys in society, they underperform. A young boy that was once intelligent in school, today is on rats on the streets. Today is misbehaving here and there. How many of them do we see every day on the streets? Some are just walking on trekking. Yesterday I saw 2. Today I saw 1. These are promising young boys who went the wrong lane in a bid for adventure, and they ventured into coming out is not actually easy again.
Yeah,
so it's better not to start at all. It's safer that way, because if you don't enter, to come out of that place is not easy.
True.
It's not easy. So we are pleading to every young boy out there, in the name of God, please don't let any of your friends pressure you into it. Don't let, no matter the offer, don't do it, because you will regret it tomorrow. Because there are many who are regretting that path they took. They wish they never entered. They wish they never took it. To come out is a problem for them. Is that the kind of life you want to live? You know, sometimes you may think they are not better than you. You know, we always see. Like I was saying, I said something recently. How can you be comparing your 1 step to somebody's 20 steps?
Cannot compare.
You see the mindset we're having as youth?
Cannot compare.
Oh, this person, look at him, you don't know. You are just starting a business. Now you want to have a result of a man that has been in that place for 20 years. You are not comparing and yourself with that person. Instead of you to go close and learn the secret behind it for 20 years in that business, you are there comparing yourself. So please, don't go into. Please give us your final word and advice for young people out there.
Let me also say this, that most times people that are influenced are people who have inferiority complex.
Not just that, people who never, like you said, who never had a strong moral principles from the beginning.
Yeah. As whenever there is inferiority in your mind, it makes you feel inadequate. It makes you feel less, that you are not like people. The truth is, you cannot be like people.
Obviously.
You are who you are. So don't try to be like other people, and don't compare yourself to people. Irrespective of whatsoever you do, you may just be starting, you may be at the middle, you may be at the end. Maintain your lane. Stay consistent in what you do, and then be content with what you are doing. We should avoid this life of competition, trying to compete with somebody who is ahead of you. Don't bother yourself to compete with him. Do what you are doing, put in your time, put in your energy, and be the best of yourself. Don't look at people, because people they are not really seeing you. Be good at what you do and be consistent.
Thank you, sir, for that. Thank you, sir. So please, uh, stop it. If you're already into drugs, you need help to come out of it.
Yeah.
You need help to come out of it, so that you will not. Like I said, the best way to raise children is to be a good example.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you are the example, then you can raise better children, because you can't be telling them don't jump and you are jumping.
And you are jumping.
They will jump.
We certainly jump.
So please be a better example for the children. In fact, be what you want your children to become.
Yeah.
Thank you. See you next week.